there, welcome to the kitchen at Westminster for another episode of Saving Thyme. This week, I'll tell you what, I tried this recipe at home last night, night before last. It's fantastic. We are making pasta carbonara, and I'll tell you, I always thought that carbonara was essentially an Alfredo sauce with bacon in it. Wrong. So, I'm pretty excited. So I'm calling this, honestly, bacon and eggs pasta, because that's what we're dealing with. It's bacon and eggs. So, but that sounds weird, so we're not going to title it that, but I mean, it's bacon and eggs pasta. It's exactly what it is. I went ahead and, fancy lids, you know I'm all about cutting out the plastic. I diced my bacon, and in here I've got onion, garlic, and I put a zucchini in. I mean, when I made it at home, I had green beans, I added them. You don't have to add either of those things, but if you've got something you want to throw in, throw it in. These are fine, we'll set them to the side. I minced 2 cloves of garlic, half an onion, 1 zucchini, full pound of bacon, which isn't a pound anymore. Don't even get me started. Have you noticed this in the grocery stores, that what we always bought as a pound of bacon is in fact no longer a pound of bacon? Let's call it a pound for argument's sake. Bacon this week is, best buy on bacon if you want to make this right away, is at Metro this week for $3.99 for the not quite a pound of bacon. And I picked up the other things at Freshco, and they're all good deals. So, but if bacon, if you need it in your house, $3.99 at Metro. Let's get cooking, okay? This is nice. This is a fun, easy pasta. I was pretty excited about it when I tried it at home. Right off the bat, I'm just going to get this pot of salted water. So I put about a tablespoon of salt in there for the pasta. I'm just going to start it boiling. I've got the spoon on so I don't have an incident behind my back, right? We don't need incidents. I've got my nice big roaster, and I want you to, for doing your bacon and your veg, make sure you get a nice big pan, because we're eventually going to add the pasta to that pan, okay? So start big, knowing that you're going to end there. I had put the spoons there. They're over here now. We're going to start, just in case our bacon doesn't have a lot of fat in it, put just a scant tablespoon of oil in your pan, just in case, right? Just to get things going. This looks like it's got lots of fat, but we'll be safe, not sorry. Get that out of there, push it around. We're going to put it over medium-low heat to start, just to start getting some fat out of it. Yeah. There, both are going. The sauce for carbonara, this is where the eggs come in. This is so easy, honestly. We're done with the oil. We've got our veg. Next thing we need are 4 eggs. And you can see I hardly even have any compost from my onions, garlic, and zucchini. It's honestly the easiest recipe ever. And it's a bit of a big deal. You're going to feel fancy when you do this. Get a big measuring cup, or at least a decent sized bowl to do your eggs in, because we're going to add the Parmesan cheese to that. You need 4. Some recipes called for just the yolks of some eggs and all of it, the whole egg of others. When I made it, I did 4 whole eggs. I looked at a bunch of recipes, and then I do what I do, which is say, here's the best parts of all of them. And then I merge them around. I hear things behind me, I just haven't looked. It's just the bacon starting. There we go, 4 eggs. I already had eggs on hand. I can, honestly, with what I bought for this meal, I had the eggs, I had an onion, I had some garlic. I spent $12. This is an easy meal. Set that there for now. Comes together so cheap. We're just going to, I can really hear that. I'm going to push it around. I love this. Who doesn't want the smell of bacon in the kitchen, right? Are you kidding me? I'll probably have a crowd gather. There we go. I might turn that down a little bit so it doesn't get too excited. Just grab a fork, a whisk if you have one, but a fork will do. Give them a quick beat, just until they're blended, okay? You want to get that nice and smooth. Mostly you're beating up the whites, right? This fork is kind of a funny fork. It hurts my hand a little bit. The handle, it's just right poking me. I'm gonna keep on with it. I get muscle through. My goodness, it's been so cold, so go ahead and carve up, okay? Don't feel bad about the carbs when the weather's this cold. We need them to warm ourselves up. Once that's going, you can see I just got them blended, okay? You just want to get rid of the separate parts. Now, this little pack of Parmesan at Freshco, it was either $6 or $7. We need 1.5 cups of Parmesan. If you already have some, fantastic. I bought this. Separate some for garnish on your pasta. I put about 1/3 of a cup in there. And the rest of it, we're dumping right into our eggs, okay? Just like that. Look at this, so easy, so easy. And that's gonna be for the recycling. If you have Parmesan on hand, you are going to need about 1.5 cups. 1 cup into this and about 1/2 cup for garnish. There's that fork, opening again. Imagine, that's the dulcet, that's the handle. That's a serious fork. Just pushing this around to keep it from sticking anywhere. Good. We're just browning that bacon while we get other things ready. And then we'll add the veg. This comes together pretty quick. So I want you to have things organized ahead, okay? Don't think, oh, I'll do it at the end. Okay, get organized right from the start. Go ahead, chop up your veg, chop up your bacon. Do it the way we're doing it now, because when we add this, we need to act quickly. So don't dilly-dally, okay? Don't imagine that you're gonna be fine. We're not actually gonna cook this. We're gonna add it to the hot pasta and just let the heat of the pasta, a little bit of the pasta water, cook our eggs into a sauce. We're not cooking this separately. It comes out really nice, bacon and eggs pasta, right? Now you've got it. See, the eggs and the bacon's going, bacon and eggs pasta. There, that's gonna be great, just like this, we're ready. When our pasta is cooked, we'll temper those eggs a little bit with some of the hot water from the pasta, and just so that they don't turn into an omelet in the bottom of our pan, because that would be a drag and ruin our meal, really, truly. Or it would ruin it. It would make it a shame. That water's just about at a boil, and then that's going to be it. Sales for the bacon next Wednesday, so that's the 2nd of February. If you can get in there and get that. The zucchini is only 99 cents a pound at Freshco, so that's nothing. And what else did I write down here? The boxes of pasta, again, weird, right? 410 grams. Used to be a pound. Pound is 454. I don't know. It's going to be enough. We're going to call it enough, but on sale for $1.25. They're sneaky, all these packages, right? You've got a, it looks like the same thing, but it's not quite. $1.25 for any kind. Use a long pasta, okay? Don't use like a fusilli or a rotini or a penne or anything like that. Go spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine, something along that line. I picked up spaghetti. But get that long pasta. You want it to look that way, and we want our sauce to be able to coat it in the way a long pasta will. And what else have I got here? That's really it. 4 eggs. I mean, this is simple. Super simple. I'm going to let that water come up to a boil. It's almost there. We can come back in a minute. As soon as it boils, I'm putting it in for 10 minutes so I get a nice al dente pasta. Okay, and when I add it, we can come back. Okay, the bacon's where I'd like it to be, so I'm going to get ready to add this. Just have a peek with me here. The bacon is starting to cook. It's not quite done. I'm going to add my veg, and I'm just going to dump the whole lot in there. Right on top of all that bacon grease that's accumulating. If at any point you think it looks like it's going to need a little shot more of oil or something to keep going, just drizzle a little on. And now that we've got that in, this, and I've turned the heat down quite low, medium low. Stir that. Look at how pretty that looks already, and it's going to be all through our pasta. Looks nice, right? My water's at a full boil. So now I'm going to add my pasta. So I'm adding the full pound. We want to feed 4 people. Consider that a fair amount, okay? And we'll just In the world of pasta, don't be shy about salting your water, okay? You have to salt it. I want that to go down in there. There we go. There, I'm wasting none. Give it a second to soften, and then we'll push it down into the pot. All of this is just going to go, we're gonna let that go for 10 minutes to be al dente. In about 7 minutes, as soon as my veggies are tender, I'm going to remove this pan from the heat so that it starts to lose some of the heat from the bottom of the pan. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I've taken this off, and have a look at how beautiful this looks. Doesn't that look pretty? And what I did was, I took off some of the fat. I left some. I've got it in here because I'm going to put that in the fridge and keep it. Next time I'm frying onions or mushrooms or something, that's going to be top drawer flavor. It's got some garlic, onion, bacon. Come on, beautiful flavor. Our pasta is cooked. I'm bringing it over. We are, excuse me, we're not draining it because I want some of that water. Right off the bat, just make sure that's not too hot. Yeah, it's a little warm. It's a little warm. I don't want to push my pasta over that. I'm going to give myself a break and go like that. Now what I'm going to do, I want to get some of that water into here. So I'm just moving the pasta with tongs, okay? Because I want some of the water. It's going to add to our sauce. So we're not draining it completely. Just pass it over, okay? Don't try to drain it off too much. Just keep moving it. And I set the pan, I think I said before, I took the pan off probably about 2-3 minutes ahead of, I want to make sure that's not in a clump, I'm just going to mess it around there. I took it off about 2-3 minutes ahead of the pasta, just so that pan would start to cool a little bit. Now you can see I have a towel under there. That's because these stainless steel tables get hot really quick. And then that's a bit of a problem, right? Then you put your hand down or something else, or I've done it many times, that's where you set the butter and then you've got a puddle. So, I mean, at home you need something under your pan, but not necessarily a towel. Whoops. I'm going to say that I'm going to go once. I'm going to quit. I'm not going to keep doing. We need these tongs. I'm going to set that to the side too. Now, I've got a 1/2 cup measuring cup here. I want to get a little bit of liquid in the bottom of my pan. So just go a 1/2 cup and then be ready. I've got a spatula in here. I'm going to temper my eggs. Now we've talked about tempering things before. I can't remember for what, but we have. So this time I'm tempering my eggs with some of this nice pasta water. So as you dump it in, be ready to stir, okay? Dump and stir. Have something ready so that you're good. And we're doing that so that when these eggs hit the hot pasta and such, they are already used to the heat. We want to make sure that pan, if these touch the bottom of the pan and we're not moving quickly, we could end up with scrambled eggs. I don't want to scare you away from this because, I mean, honestly, when I was reading it at first, I thought, maybe it's a bit much. It's not, you just have to be moving, okay? So, we're just going to do this. Start by getting that mixed through, and then don't pour your eggs onto the bare pan, okay? Pour it onto there and start stirring, okay? Keep mixing it around. You're tossing it through, and then just keep going. And we're going to toss, I'm sorry, excuse me. We're going to toss until it starts to really coat the pasta, almost like a custard, okay? It's going to keep cooking in there. You can see it already is. You can see how it's coating the pasta. Pasta's not white anymore. It's starting to take on that color. And it's starting to feel really nice too. We're keeping this water because we may decide, and I did when I made it at home, I'm sorry, sometimes when I'm chatting, then I realize I've got a dry throat. It's too late to think about it. This is not the time for me to go and get a glass of water. I have a lot to do here. Look how quick this recipe came together, and don't you feel like a bit of a big deal? You've made pasta without any jar sauce. No jar sauce. Say no to jar sauce, okay? Stay away from it whenever you can. Look at how nice this is. You probably have 4 eggs in your fridge. I mean a buck, right? A buck in eggs. And dollar in pasta. The bacon and the Parmesan cheese are our most expensive items here. And you know, if you buy the bacon when it's on sale, bacon freezes easy peasy, right? And so I don't want to dump it all in at once because I don't want it to touch the pan like that, okay? So just do that, and now don't want to waste any. And by now our things are starting to cool. Basically, the heat of the pasta, I don't want to lose that. The heat of the pasta is cooking our eggs, okay? And that residual heat that's in the pan is cooking it. Look at how, you can see how it's coated. See how that's coated, Shannon? Does it show? Mm-hmm. I think it does. You can, oh look, you can see it beautifully there. That nice coating of the sauce, almost custard-like. I'm gonna go ahead and look. No, I can't. I was gonna try to finish out those last couple of noodles. I'm gonna go another half cup in there because we all know that pasta will eat the sauce. Okay, we'll turn around and it'll be gone. Now I wish I'd said, when it comes time to take this off, start calling everyone to dinner. I don't know how fast they show up at your house, but we're ready to serve, okay? So when you're taking it off the stove and reaching this point of tossing it all together, that's when to call everyone. You're ready, let's get it in a bowl. I'm just gonna do that for a second and make sure we've got, look at how nice the zucchini looks in there. I like the way it looks, and as I said, you could throw snow peas in, you could throw, if you've got frozen green beans or mushrooms, anything at all, just toss it in the pan when you're cooking the bacon, onion, and garlic. If you don't have any veggies you want to throw in, just leave it the way it is, also okay. A little bit of spinach. You've got some spinach you could tear up, do it. Let's plate some. Look, this is done. We just cooked it. Pasta carbonara, no jars. Right? I love no jars. I love making it ourselves. This is a huge pasta bowl. I don't know, this feels like a lot for one person, but I'm going to do that, and I want to get more of our toppings. Look at how you can see the sauce on the spoon like that. So good. Dress it like that, tuck that in. Look at how good this is coming together. Now, remember I said save some of that Parmesan cheese. You want to put that on top. I don't have enough, ding, dinner bell. I don't have a nice pepper grinder here. I wish I did because you'd get a nicer look, but a little shake of pepper on top. If you've got a grinder, put it on. Sorry, that was not well placed at all. Pasta carbonara, just like that. You made it beautiful, dead easy. 4 people, $12. Are you kidding me? This is gorgeous and wholesome, real food. I'll see you next week. Go and cook this up tonight. You probably have everything you need already. Make sure that you like the video if you enjoy these recipes. Put a comment on the video, okay? Go ahead, do that. That's nice. I like reading them. I'll answer. Share the video if you think you know someone else who would enjoy this beautiful meal or the meals that we create here on Saving Thyme. Subscribe to the Westminster Orangeville channel so that you know when these recipes are coming out. I'm going to see you next week. I'm going to share this food with the family here in town. Quick reference point, if you have leftovers, unlikely, but if you do, best to warm this recipe up in a pot on the stove, okay? Okay, take good care. I'll see you next week.